So
that's the first mint from the metaverse. Dang.
Whoa. Who's that? Is that Jubbers?
There we go.
I recognize that voice.
So does it automatically show up in the gallery or no?
Are we good?
No, it doesn't. I'm gonna go drop it in the frame. Yeah, we're good.
All right,
It
cool.
works.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome to once again hanging out with our friends, Wild Tangz. We're going to be looking at some wild things. We got NFTs up on the wall, but we got something new, y'all, that we haven't done before. We're going to be minting NFTs live on the spot. Mike's going to be running around telling us a little bit about the process. We got Thad, also known as the Oddest Human, the amazing developer, artist behind this project. He's going to tell us all about it. My name is CB. The Winged Warriors are bringing you this space. We're casting live to Twitter. How we doing out there? Glad to have you here. Also to all those that are watching this and listening to this on a recording later, we're so glad that you came. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. We got a little cool music. Later today, I'm going to do a little bit of roller skating. Not really, but that's the name of the song, so I might as well put it in there, right? All right, well, get on in here. Get your avatar. We're going to be doing multiple casts from Spatial coming up. So let's get it started. All right. Well,
all right, there we go.
Always nice to have a good intro there. And I hope that came out well. But like I said, we are inside of Spatial and we are casting live to you out on Twitter. Hopefully everybody's able to jump on. If you're not able to jump in, we do want people to get their avatars and hop in because we will be doing some giveaways in here today. One person, and it may be Thad himself, will win a Winged Warrior NFT. And the good thing about the Winged Warrior NFT is the floor has risen. We don't focus on the floor because the floor will take care of itself if the project takes care of itself. Wild Tangz, you know about the floor. Your project has done some stuff with the floor. But yeah, we're going to be giving away at least one Winged Warrior NFT to somebody here inside of Spatial. But in the meantime, let's introduce our project leader, our artist, developer. I'm not sure exactly what you do for the project, other than it's your baby. But yeah, Thad, thank you for coming on in. Thank you for allowing us to take a look at your work and talk through it. And use your service. And I don't know why I'm sounding like a chipmunk.
I don't know why I'm sounding like a chipmunk.
Or why I'm.
I think maybe
somebody's got their mic on, and it's. I think
somebody's got.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, he got it.
Okay, thank you. So, Thad, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? You also are the Oddest Human, I hear.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm in the real world. I'm Thaddeus. Go by Thad. But yeah, I'm the artist and developer for Wild Tangz. So all the stuff you're seeing up here is hand sketched by me, and then the minting machine that we're showing off here on Mike's computer, I built and I coded. So thanks for showing off my art today, man. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Well, before we get into what you got here that you're able to offer up and share, I think, just to anybody that wants to use it, it's pretty phenomenal, and I'll tell you why later. But for now, let's peruse some of this artwork and talk about this drop. Now, I believe, because I minted some of these, I don't know if Mike put mine up somewhere, but I have a super suit with angel wings. I mean, the Winged Warriors, I mean, come on. The pair of wings, minting it is just awesome for me. But it was 30 ADA. You minted out 4,000 or something like that?
Yeah, we had 4,444 in the collection, 38 a piece, and that was our first drop. Yeah, we started June 15th, I believe, and sold out a couple weeks ago.
Sold out. Clap it up. All right. So
thank you.
It took you a couple weeks to sell out.
Definitely.
I'm surprised. I feel like people didn't really know what was going on, even when they were buying them. I don't know if they completely knew what you guys were bringing to the table, as far as utility and what you were really offering through the artwork. But you do the artwork yourself?
I do. Yeah, I have an Apple Pencil and Adobe Fresco, and I get after it. I've been sketching since I was a little kid, and never been a professional artist, so this was my first foray into it.
You're a full-grown adult now?
That's right.
Or you're getting there. You're halfway there.
Yeah, halfway.
Well, let's take a look at this piece with the hockey mask on. Is that a hockey mask? This one stood out to me.
So thanks. So this one is actually super near and dear to my heart. So this one over here, it has the black background and kind of like a tactical mask. It was actually a collaboration between me and Hemi, who's one of the leads over on the Wildcard show, which is a Twitter space. And I mean, Hemi basically took his inspiration of what he wanted for a custom one-of-one, and he gave me a couple layers. He gave me the tactical gear layer and the tactical mask layer in the background, and we composed it and put in shading to highlight the piece on the original Tangz. And yeah, it's minted under the main Tangz policy because of the mint machine, which we'll show later. I can basically mint unlimited new pieces under the policy without needing to run another vending machine or do any code.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice. So you can tell us that the outstanding supply is going to be 4,430, and then you can actually make a 10 grand drop by the end of everything. So
that's right.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
you're like, that floor is sick. Let's introduce a couple thousand more now. Cool. So it's kind of a theme, right? You got another member of the community here over next door to Hemi. You got the rug plug over here smoking something with some torn up shirt. Who's the rug plug?
Yeah, the rug plug is Caleb and he has a shop called the Rug Plug. And if you zoom in actually on the photo, if you view the art, the way that this started was essentially Caleb had asked that he had put out a call on Twitter for anyone who could digitize his logo. And that's what's on the arm patch of the sweatshirt. But I really loved doing it. So I said, hey, Caleb, can I do a custom one for you? I want to do a full, Tangz Nation one-of-one for you. And we collabed on the design and did this. I know one thing I was going to point out on this is I know you and I were talking earlier. The background is a color blend inspired by a piece by an artist that Caleb likes. And that artist is Hiroshi Nagai. He's on Instagram. So it's kind of a mashup of inspiration from modern art and Caleb's own logo.
And that's a theme, right? Throughout. Not every one of these, but some of them have a special background that harkens back to something, whether it's an inspiration from a piece of art that you have or a piece of art or an artist that others do. Is that accurate? Let's go over here to this guy.
Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going. I think I'm going over here to Young Ada. Now, I'm going to pretend like I don't know anybody, but of course I know everybody that we're talking about. Maybe not entirely, but Young Ada. Does Young Ada have a nose ring? I really need to know.
That's a great question. I don't know. He never told me. I put it in there because I thought he was kind of spunky.
Definitely. He's young. So, an old guy like me probably wouldn't have a nose ring. But I do have an earring, so that's good. So what's this background here for Young Ada that was inspired by his spunkiness?
Yeah, you and I were talking. When I was a kid, I'm not as good with understanding modern art, but one modern artist I really liked, his name's Piet Mondrian. And when I was a kid, I had to print a poster of Piet Mondrian in our house. And he basically has these color explorations where he uses black lines with bright colors. And so I took one of my favorite pieces from Piet Mondrian and then put it as the backdrop here with some of the bright colors that we use in our collection. And so, it was for Young Ada. He's had it up for a while, and I know he's got the CNFT Con T-shirt, which I minted a couple of those a couple of those NFTs from him. But it was a lot of fun to do this one.
Awesome. You mentioned CNFT Con. Are you going to have some kind of a table or something at CNFT Con?
I will be so honest, we're so new that I haven't gotten the chance to look into how to do a table or an exhibition at CNFT Con, but our plan is definitely to go.
Well, just so you know, we're not a huge project necessarily. We're a huge and critical community, in my opinion. Warriors have been around since the beginning, since CBITs were minted. Fettuccini, was really the creator of this group, in the beginning of the blockchain. So we've kind of always been, somewhere in there as a core part of the community. It's grown a lot, so not as many people know about us anymore. Anyways, we weren't planning on getting a table either, but we secured a table just yesterday, and the Winged Warriors will be at CNFT Con. We will have a table. Wanted to put ourselves in a busy area, so we're around Happy Hoppers and Ape Society and Clay Nation and Cardano Robin, some of the most important people in the space. I mean, everybody's important, of course, but there's a couple of tables around us. It's not that much. We could talk after this. No worries. We'd love to see Tangz there, but it's a commitment too, right? Because you gotta have somebody at the table.
Yeah.
And you want to cruise around and enjoy yourself. So cool. Well, let's take a look at this mage over here, or sage, or I don't know what exactly this blue. Now turquoise is my favorite color, so I kind of like the Krex the mage. Who's Krex?
Yes. So Krex is a beloved member of the Cardano Stoners Club, but this one was actually kind of interesting because his avatar that he's used for a while is really, I don't want to say basic, but like clean lines, very minimal colors. It's small. So my challenge here was I had to take what I had for Krex's inspiration and keep it clean, but make that unique Tangz flair. So this is based on his original profile pic, and I kept the details very light on the hooding, but then kind of focused on the flames and how to shade those.
So what's hotter, orange flame, red flame, or blue flame?
This is a trick question.
No, not really. I mean, I taught for a while, so
is it blue?
It's blue, man. Blue is the hottest color flame in the universe. So that was a great choice there. That is one hot Tang. Now, real quick question on all of the one-on-ones. Are you giving them to your special artists, or are you making them pay on secondary for it? Because I know there's been some issues out there with secondary and paying for likenesses.
Yeah. No, these are all free. They're all drops to early supporters. I really like rewarding the community, and these are super fun for me to do. So these have all been dropped for free to the people who they're bad for.
Dope. I think that's cool. And when you drop the next $4,000 on top of this $4,000, I expect a CV specialty because of this amazing interview right now. So I guess we could chat on the
Absolutely.
side. Maybe I can pay you for it and pretend like I'm special. Did somebody have something out there? Somebody saying something? Was that you, Mike? No? Mike, you want to say hi?
Yeah, no, that wasn't me. Hey, guys, what's going on? Welcome.
You got anything you want to just say real quick to the people about Tangz? Or, I mean, I know you've been up in the project now. By the way, Mike kind of is the wizard behind the curtain. He put this all together, and, he comes up with some really cool ideas for our community. We got some... Yeah, let's give him a clap.
Thanks,
we got some drippy alpha
Clap for Mike.
coming out. We have our first leak coming out, I believe, this weekend, if everything is going according to schedule. We'll talk more about that on our Twitter Spaces. But Mike he's huge. He does so much for us. So do you want to keep cruising around to these one-on-ones and talk about these community members? Is that something you want to do, or you want to cruise and look at some of the other art, or what do you want to do? Thad?
Yeah, I think.
Should we mint? What do you guys think?
Should we mint? Yeah, what do you think?
I think, yeah,
let's do it. I mean, guys,
let's talk about this last SW Gippo or Gibito.
Okay.
Or
yeah, I think that's the way it's showing up. But there's actually a
swag.
There's an ADA. Yeah, there's an ADA in there. It's Swag Beto. So this is another wildcards member. Actually, this was the first or second custom we ever did. And it's based on one of his favorite chilled Kongs PFPs.
It's pretty chill, bro. That's what I was going to say. It's been a long day for me. I could almost fall asleep if I sit in front of this thing too long. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you're offering to the community. What I heard, and this may be good for us later if we happen to mint another set, which we're definitely doing. I mean, which we may or may not do in the future. I'm like, hey, we might be able to mint for free. Can you tell me about this minting service? And then we're going to go ahead and mint some NFTs live. There were some people that submitted some stuff that I found very, very interesting and cool, especially having two young daughters. But what'd you do here? Can you tell us?
Yeah. So if you take a look over at the projection screen, and I think Mike's is coming up here in a second, but there are a few tools we put out there. And before we get started showing off the tools and explaining them, everything is open source. So what that means is I host all the code on GitHub. If you want to rebuild it from source, you're more than welcome to. But what we're going to see up here today is the wild Tangz.
One second. The open code, open source. If I want, I can take the code and I can add some lines to it. I can adjust it to whatever I want. I can write some more on top of it. Is that true?
Yep, absolutely.
I just want to say that personally, I love that. And it's actually, for us, the Winged Warriors, that's something that we like to do. I mean, we don't necessarily, I don't code anything or draw anything for that matter, maybe one day. But we want to share as many resources as we can to help build the community and offer people opportunities to enter the space, to get better in the space, to, and I love people being on the frontier, which is something that we do and we will continue to do, and we'll see more as the coming months show. But I just want to say, man, props to you. Give him claps. Open source, providing us with this awesome tool. So what is this tool? That's awesome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we have a few tools that we put out, but this one we're going to see today is a one-of-one minter. So when I started doing the customs, I realized I want a way to mint under this policy, but I don't want to have to use the command line. So what Mike is showing here is something that's available from the browser. Now, if you use it from the browser and you don't compile it yourself, if you don't use that open source version, but you just want to use the browser, you do need one Tangz in your wallet. But with this, you can mint a new NFT with zero code and as many as you want with no fees. So that's the whole tool here, and we're going to use it today to mint some one-on-one NFTs under the same policy.
Awesome. Well, I feel really a lot better now about having my super dude with the plunger on his head and angel wings. Now I can use this service as well. So that's cool. I think that you only need one. And you know what? You only need one Winged Warrior NFT to get into Club 2777 and win some free stuff. I think there's a couple of Warriors coming to fruition here in another hour or so. But yeah, let's go. Mike, you're up. Tell us what you're doing.
All right, guys. So we're just going to run through a demo. How many people we have in here? We have like 10 people, 11 people, something like that. That's pretty awesome because you guys are about to see, I think these are some of the very first Cardano NFTs minted from inside the metaverse. So let's get a little clap, get a little
dance moves.
Witnessing history here.
Dance moves. Cool.
All right. So basically the browser version of the tool is super awesome. It's super easy to use. You just connect it to one of your Cardano wallets, and there's a couple steps that take very little time at all. So when you go down on the page, you've got two options. You can use an existing project, which is what we're going to do, but I'll also show you how it works generating a new project, and it takes like 5 minutes max. So you click on this, and so you're off to the races. So basically what happens is for your NFT collection, and then you have the option to set an expiration date for your policy. If you guys are all degens, you know how it works. If you want your NFT collection to have a set end date so that it's capped, that's where you'll set it up. And then
Mike, let me just say one thing.
Yes, sir.
So anything you're seeing on this browser, the key thing to remember is there are no wild Tangz servers. This is all happening in your browser. You're the only one who ever sees it. You're the only one who ever has access to the keys. So really, we built these nice tools so that we could put you in control. We'll never have any of the keys or the artwork that you upload here.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And I love how you built in these free tools as well, guys. You see these 2 links here to NFT storage and BlockFrost. Those are both free to use. You do need to have a key for each of them, and it's very simple to set up. I've already done it just for the interest of time, but it takes like 2-3 minutes each, and so it's super easy to use. NFT storage is a free service, like I said, that allows you to upload images and have them pinned to IPFS, which is where, aside from some very, very small selection of projects in Cardano where they're minted directly on the blockchain, the majority of NFTs are stored on something called IPFS. And then BlockFrost is what allows you to communicate with the Cardano blockchain. So that allows you to submit the transactions. Write that? Is that? I think I got that.
Did everybody write that down?
You got it right?
There's going to be a quiz at the end. So I hope you wrote that down.
But so, super easy. Even if you've never done anything like this before, it really, really is self-explanatory, and it takes you like 5 minutes to get it set up and locking. So we're going to go back a step because I've already set up both of those accounts, just so we don't have to go through it. So you basically go up to the top here. You click on Mint Service 1 of 1s. Thanks for the clap. And then you go to existing project if you already got this set up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in these keys that I've already saved. Okay. So NFT key here. And then I didn't set an expiration date. You can plug it in here if you have it. And then
my dog is snoring. Hey, shout out to C Biddy, by the way. I don't know what's going on with your face, but it looks like a human, real like picture face. I don't know what's going on, but I like it. All right, go ahead.
That's part of Ready Player Me. You can actually scan your picture and get a lifelike avatar, which is pretty awesome.
I would do that.
All right, so basically,
sorry, go ahead.
So basically, you paste these keys in, and now you're ready to go. You're ready to commit. And so I've got some art here that you sent. Which one do you want to start with?
Yeah, which one? I mean, let's see. Let me pull up the chat.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start with the AI piece by Straw Dog.
Sasquatch in the forest, that one?
Oh, that's where the wild things are. Yeah, let's do that. That's a bit more. Okay. So let's do that. That one's a good one.
All right. So basically, guys, he sent me some images over on Discord, and so I'm just saving up.
You are going Matrix hard, bro.
And one thing, Mike, is, yeah, you are kind of matrixing. But while Mike's doing this, one thing, when you upload the image, it says name and image upload. That could be any sort of file. And so we've actually minted things from the metaverse, for the metaverse with the Ready Player Me 3D models in this minter.
All right, Mike, you're going hard, bro. You are getting it done. You've taken me through another portal to another time. Cannot hear your voice. E46, welcome to the space. Good to see you. I'm gonna mute Mike real quick.
Okay, Mike, maybe you go on mute, and then I'll narrate for you.
Yeah, go ahead. He keeps unmuting himself. I'm muting you, bro. He's like, no, get me out of the matrix.
Okay, so Mike, this is from Dandy Edibles. Actually, this is a different one than Bit Morsels, but this is a piece of AI art that Dandy made. So shout out to Dandy. What you do is you drag and drop the photo in here, and then you can click upload file attachment, and it just uploads it to IPFS, which is the standard way that works. That's how all your chilled Kongs and other NFTs are stored, is in IPFS. So that's been uploaded. You can see we got our little successful upload. And so, Mike, maybe you can enter a name here. I don't know what you want to call this Sasquatchy thing.
That is trippy, man. I'll tell you what. That is where the wild things are.
What do you want to call it, CB?
Let's call it Squat Shadow. It's a
Squat
shadow.
I love it.
Squatting in the center of a forest. It reminds me of the Ethaninos. I can never say that name proper, but where they were AI and they would create scenes, and some of them would be like forest scenes and city scenes. I don't know if
nice.
If you know them, but they did some interesting stuff.
Yeah. So, Mike, we can put in just whatever you want. Yeah, created by, and let's put in Dandy Edibles, DANDY, and then Edibles, EDIBLES. That is our author. Yep.
Nice.
And then we select how many we want. Yeah, I want one quantity maybe. If you want one quantity, it'll end up looking like a token, and that can be good for like limited album drops and things like that. Yep. So we'll have Mike connect his wallet, and we'll mint it.
Bam. That
Cross
easy.
our fingers.
That is crazy, bro. I'm loving it. So why do we need to cross our fingers? Is that part of the standard approach here? What we need to do?
I always
throw some salt over our shoulder.
I always do.
Cross our fingers.
I always do. And there you go.
Woo!
Successfully sent minting transaction. So
all right, so
we can I can pull it up on. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go over here. I think we have a gallery over here to the right that's got empty frames, but it also has some things that we have minted, and Mike is probably going to put that into one of these frames for us in a minute so we get to see it as an NFT. But this piece right here of the Lego character was Best Friend Maker, I think is the title of the piece. This piece was done by one of our Winged Warriors, I think one of our Winged Warriors kid. I don't know if it's a daughter or a son or what, but this is the kind of thing you can do. You can take your kids' work, you can make it into an NFT. I know my girls are 3 and 5 and they do artwork all the time and say, Daddy, I made this for you. And so, you know, it's a great way to mint things because you can't keep every one of those papers. Let's be honest. I threw away like 5 of them the other day and I felt so guilty, but you can't keep them all. So that was cool. And then if we go down the other wing, there was actually an artist, and I don't know, I cannot remember her name now, but she learned from our trip into Spatial, and this that we shared with her with the Tangz utility here, she minted an entire set of her work and put it into a gallery, and then threw the link on Twitter and said thank you to the Winged Warriors for providing her with the resources to be able to do that. But these are very cool, in my opinion. Go into her gallery. Again, I apologize for not having the name ready to go, but I am maybe not the greatest host as I thought. But there's her work. And yeah, so
Lily NFT Art is.
Thank you. Thank you, Lily. I apologize profusely, but I do love your art. So Lily NFT Art, and then there's the gallery portal I have right there in front of me. I'm not going to travel there because I don't know how to get out. If I do, I'm going to run away, actually.
Sorry, guys. I like completely rugged for something.
You did, but there it is.
Yeah, you're back. We can hear you.
There it is. And again, in these spatial galleries, you can tag it and name it. And I don't know how to do that because it's not my thing. I'm pretty simple of a human being. So there it is, Squat Shadow, and it's minted. It's an NFT. It's recorded on the blockchain. It's a one of one, and no one will ever be able to recreate that exact piece. So that was pretty easy, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's our goal, man.
I was running 2 different versions of this gallery, so I think it kind of screwed me up. But
you had one on your phone and one on your computer?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go talk about a little bit more of this art before we come back and mint another thing. I'm over here with the Wild Tangz that graduated with the face paint. It reminds me of a Halloween costume I once did. But yeah, Wild Tangz number 736 over here with the purple shirt. What can you tell me about that, Thad?
Yeah. So this one, I'm sure I'm meeting you at the right one.
It's by the water.
The purple shirt.
It's by the Pabst blue ribbon. I mean the Tangz blue ribbon. green hat, stay wild dude in his overalls. You see me?
Caught that. Yeah.
It's go away from the minting room to the right. Did you get stuck in a wall? That happens to me all the time.
I think I did.
There you go. Come on down.
Okay. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. So graduation pack. So this one is the trait on it that I love is the Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, I love it.
You know, so I actually am not of Hispanic descent, but I do speak Spanish. I've spoken Spanish since I was a little kid, so I'm fluent in Spanish. And this is really, I have a few cultural traits here that I hoped were a tasteful homage to their tradition. So this one is, it's just generated by the AI. There was no hand selection here. But it's a set of velvety purple pajamas with a Dia de los Muertos face paint. And all the traits you're seeing were hand-drawn and then combined using an AI algorithm.
Perfectamente. Muchísimas gracias. Es todo bien. I really like it. I am not fluent, but I worked in restaurants for 12 and a half years. So I speak restaurant Spanish, which is inappropriate in some contexts. So I'm not going to say it here.
I can imagine.
I'm not going to say it here, but there do seem to be some kinds of drinks, you know, in this guy, if you flip right around to 1758, they resemble something. I'm not going to say what it might be, but you know, over here we have some kind of an energy drink. Over here it looks like a cup of coffee with our headphones and angel wings, and clearly this guy is high and tight as far as that goes. But yeah, what inspired you to come up with some of these very original, never seen before beverages that are in people's mouths, and then on their head too?
Well, they're all things I frequently enjoy, or I guess think about enjoying because they're hypothetical. You know, they're not real world things. But I think I try to put a little flair on each. So, like for instance, if you take a look at the coffee cup and you get in there, you'll see that the barista has misspelled Tang's name as Tangz. I think that's happened to me more than once, especially with the name of Thaddeus. And then when it comes over here to hold on.
I just want to say something about that. I want to say something about that really quick. My name is Amariah in real life, IRL. Many of you may or may not know that. I am doxxed fully. My nickname is Ammo, and there are times when I just tell them my name is Alex. You know what I'm saying? So, Thaddeus. Let's go over.
I get it.
Totally get it. To your energy, bro, with the T. Is that what you were going to talk about next?
Yeah. So this one, I also tried to, you know, obviously I drink a lot of energy drinks. I'm a coder, and I, you know, have all those late night problems that everyone else, you know, stays up like an insomniac. But you know, this is a simple energy can, and what I tried to do with all these traits is make them unique. So if you actually look on the rim, a lot of energy drinks will say like infused with taurine or infused with these weird things. So I put ADA infused on the label so that we all know what blockchain is.
Smart. I love it. All right, well, let's move on because I think, there's my guy. I mean, obviously Pabst Blue Ribbon, you know, or any random Blue Ribbon drink. I just want to point out that's my Tangz, and it's, you know, the thing in the pursed in the mouth doesn't necessarily properly represent me, which is fine. If it represents somebody else, you know, amen, enjoy. But the plunger is a thing. I don't put it on my head necessarily, but I've had some frustration with plungers, and I'm pretty much a super dude in a lot of ways, and I'm a winged warrior. So wings are appropriate for me. That was actually a very exciting mint for me. I was excited about that. So clay token is coming out. You know, I have an orangutan clay. There are clays with wings that are very, very rare. There are clays with duckbills that are very, very rare. But the community chose not to give us extra clay, which I'm very disappointed about. Obviously, I voted a different way. Blue and green clay. I mean, come on. It's just a different color of clay. Nothing, you know, love your project. But what's up with the duckbills? I mean, obviously, this is a pretty famous trait, just like the wings, right? Is that why you chose it?
Yeah, it's an homage. I mean, I know you and I talked in the Things with Wings gallery, and I think, honestly, our first duckbill was the one of one for Cryptograms, which shout out to Cryptograms, a proud holder now of a few Tangz. We saw him scoop up the other day.
What does he have, 100 Tangz?
To make sure. I don't know, man. He was on a buying spree the other
Well,
day.
he only has 10 less than me.
That happen.
Not really, but I'm always. So I'll tell
I
you.
think his all-time high was. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just Drams and I used to battle in some auctions, literally a year ago in July of last year. And dude was he would always win. He wanted space buds. He got space buds. So I used to like DM him and beg him like, hey, can I have this one? And he'd be like, so Drams, shout out, is coming out with his own auction house, Drams Auction House. I'm not sure if that's fully doxed or not. That may be Drippy Alpha. But that guy knows how to auction or fight for auction. So should be pretty good. But yeah, so Duckbill, Drams, little homage to him. And then he bought a bunch of your Tangs once you gave him that. Rainbow Beard.
Exactly.
Rainbow Beard, dude. I also saw a Rainbow Tooth guy somewhere. He's probably back the other way. Let's see if we can find him. You ready to take a stroll?
Show me the Rainbow Tooth. I think that one is probably for Moonfly for one of one.
Okay. Let's see where it is.
Moonfly is the artist behind Trippy Lips.
Okay, that's not it.
It's on the other side of the minting machine.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Moonfly Arts has some rainbow teeth. I actually really like this one. But, as I said before, turquoise is my favorite color. Tell me about this one.
Very nice. Yeah, this one is a pretty similar one to Swag Beto in terms of some of the traits because they're both pretty chill people and they both have Twitter Spaces. But I wanted to customize it just for Moonfly, so I drew on her Trippy Lips pieces as inspiration. She has a whole Trippy Lips Ada line. And yeah, we put together a custom Tangz for her, minted it, and sent it off to her for being such an early supporter. She is also a proud member of the bilingual Tangz Nation. She speaks Spanish, and so we actually, if anyone joins our Discord, we try to include channels for people who want to either speak or learn other languages, and Spanish is one of them. So feel free to interact over there with those as well.
Dude, that's crazy. You are doing so many different things here that I like. Last one we'll talk about is just this guy, Hellraiser, dude, with this pin face, flawed one. I love this one. It just reminds me of my childhood and the scary movies that I would watch. And Hellraiser was a series that I was really into. And I think it was because Pinface was awesome. So scary. Pinhead, whatever his name was. But yeah, tell me about Flawed One and why you stuck a bunch of pins in this Tang's face, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. So Flawed is a blockchain artist in Cardano, and he has a whole collection of pen heads, and he's putting together the pen head project. So he encourages artists to submit for the pen head project and put their own spin on his original design. And so, yeah, this was our interpretation of it. I think this Tangz, we thought that Tangz are wild, but they're not that wild that they put pens in their face. So we thought even he was shocked by what he had gotten himself into.
I think when you look at Tangz initially, you see, a art that is pretty straightforward. Like what you see is what you get, right? But there are details, if you look close, that you miss if you don't, right? And one of them is the shadows that these pins cast on this face, and especially the one that's like in the eyeball, bro. It's pretty detailed. I'm impressed. But I'm mostly
the
go ahead.
Between the eyes, and then it's sort of sticking out,
Yeah, I mean that takes some thought right there. I'm mostly impressed by just about anybody's art because I'm not, like I said, an artist in my own right. But my daughter is 3 and she does color in between the lines. But I will tell you that she's like, Dad, look, I keep it in the lines. And I'm like, you know what? We don't always have to keep it in the lines. Like in life, it's okay to go outside of the lines. So literally when I color sometimes with my girls, I will purposely go outside of the lines to show them that it's not necessarily about fitting in a specific space. You know that better than anybody, bro. That's how you roll.
No, I love that. I mean, I think that's really the goal of the project. Like I've never said I've never come out and tried to be like, hey, I'm I'm #1 artist, great work, whatever. I have my own style, my own feel that I love, but to me it's really about making sure that I'm building tools that can enable people like your daughter or other kids to keep doing what they're doing with their art.
Cool, man. Yeah, we'll see. They like just about everything and karaoke night. I posted on Twitter a little picture. It was just a couple of nights ago, so you never know. They might rap like their dad.
Oh, it's cute.
Who's, you know, the best freestyle rapper that he would ever admit to knowing. But not really, but just a guy. All right, are we minting another NFT here? Is that what's going on, Mike? Are you still Matrix rugging on me, or you here?
Let's go for it now. I'm here.
If anyone's in the Tangz Discord, you can drop it in general, and feel free to drop it in general, and we'll try to get it over to Mike so he can mint it for you.
Yeah, why don't you give a shout out to your people in your Tangz Discord, because I know that the Warriors Discord, man, it's a quieter time, to be honest. People aren't as busy on servers as they have been in the past, in my experience. However, we have a core group that really believe in our project, that hold our NFTs, that anybody comes in, they're new, says what's up. We chop things up too. We'll find each other in other servers as well, like the Tangz servers and the Mallard servers and different things. So to your community, man, tell them what you think and how much you appreciate them, and throw a couple people out. That's cool.
Right now, yeah, I mean, I would love to. There's so many people who we love, but I see some of them in here. Like, I know I think E actually has the highest ranking Tangz base, so shout out to E. I know DA Sales has been extremely helpful in helping build some of these tools. And then we also have a lot of folks who came to us from Clumsy Ghosts. A from K is amazing and is active in the chat. And then we also have the famous trolls who are like Malar is always trolling. We got Bit Morsel sometimes troll us. So I think we got such a great mix in Tangz Nation, and I'm appreciative for every one of them, no matter how many they hold.
So you got to have the trolls, man. And the truth is, I was a troll before I took the lead on the project. Then I realized I couldn't troll as much as I did before. But let's mint an NFT. Mike, what do you want to do? Mike?
I was just seeing if there was somebody. I don't know if he was about to give us a picture or not, but
I haven't seen any dropped yet, but keep looking if I got one. We can do another.
All right. So you sent me a couple other ones. Which one you want to do?
Yeah. Let's do the. I was thinking of the one with where the wild things are. We could do that one, or we could do the AI art at the bottom from Shaw Dog. Either one of those.
Yeah, we'll do where the wild things are.
That's a good idea.
All right, let's do it.
And like I said, it says image, but you can do whatever you want when you upload it.
So yeah, you're naming this one, Mike. This one's on you, bro. And then just for all the people that happen to be in here right now, after we mint this NFT, we're going to do a random giveaway to everyone in here, except for Thad can't win and Mike can't win, but I can. So that's kind of cool. But I never do, so don't worry. I won't win it. And we're going to give away a gold wing warrior. I haven't chosen which gold wing, whether it be a human or an alien or a mummy or a shadow, but we will give away one after this. So if you're not in here and you're listening out there, you can hop in. Spatial is really easy. It's cool. You can make your own avatar on Ready Player Me, or you can just jump in and they'll give you an option of who you can be off top, or you can change it to somebody else. But jump in here if you want to win a winged warrior here after we mint this NFT. Okay, I turn it back over to you, Sir Mike. Or
you guys got to narrate because I'm going to start bugging again, but I got everything loaded, so we're ready to go.
All right, you're up, Thad. I don't narrate these types of things.
Actually, this one was not created by Millar, though. Let's change that to Bit Morsel, if you wouldn't mind. BITMORSEL. The M is capitalized. Bit Morsel, the proper credit. Shout out Bit Morsel.
Yeah, shout out.
But yeah, I mean, so you upload. Go ahead.
I was just saying, shout out to submitting these to us and allowing us to mint your one of ones for you. You have to recreate it if you want to do a drop. So go ahead.
Exactly. Yep. So click mint now, and we got the metadata in there. We got the file. We can see it up there, and it's been uploaded. And then once we sign a transaction with our NAMI wallet for 0.28, it'll come back to your wallet. The web code does check if you have a Tangz. So if you're having issues because you have a Tangz and it's not checked, you're not getting it correctly, let me know. But it should just automatically allow you to proceed if you have a Tangz. And if you tell your friends and they don't have a Tangz, testnet is always free. So you can always mint out on testnet just to get a feel for it. So there we go. And I think it's minted. And yep.
He's going to throw it in a frame. We can head back over to the gallery if you want in a minute. Before we do, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. One, right now with the price of Cardano, 2/10 or 2/100, I should say, of an ADA is about 10 cents. Now, is that going to be a consistent price, or is that going to change as the price of Cardano moves up? Say it goes to $1, will it be 20 cents?
Yeah, it's based on the price of ADA. It's just the network fees. So whatever the on-chain fees are, that's what you're going to get charged.
Okay, so that's way over my head, but I'm sure everybody else out there understands it well. I'm just curious how much I'm going to be paying when Cardano hits $25 at the end of the year. I'm just curious.
Just the transaction fee is the easiest way to do it.
Perfect.
The minimum possible transaction.
One more question. So let's just say, not necessarily going to happen, but say I wanted to do a drop. Say I was going to have a number around, I don't know, 2,777. Could I mint those all using this service?
Potentially 2,777. Just a random number.
It is very, very random.
Yes. So for larger collections, what we have is there's another tool up top, and maybe Mike, you can kind of hover over this tool up in the Tangz tools. You don't have to click on it, but we actually have an in-browser vending machine. And what it is it enables you to upload those 2,777 files and mint them from your browser when people send money to the drop wallet. So it's a full in-browser vending machine. There are no servers. It's all just working in your browser. And every Tangz you hold allows you to do 500 at a time. So if you use the open source route, obviously it's free. But then if you want to do it on the Tangz website, you need 1 Tang per 500 in your collection.
So if I'm doing the math properly, that's very lucky that I minted 10 Tangs. So additional question, do you have to have all the metadata specific to all the NFTs, or will it do a generative random trait drop or mint for you?
For right now, you do have to have all the metadata. Yeah, we're thinking about ways to expand it to do that kind of generative behavior, but that's not implemented yet. And I will add, by the way, even though you say you have 10 Tangs, and so you need 10 Tangs, but you actually get free unlimited refills with any of these tools. So you can do as many 5K drops as your heart desires with 10 Tangs.
Hey, so maybe we should up the number to 5K. That would be more money in the treasury, but it's not, we're not necessarily having at least announced anything. But who knows? Could be a great summer. I'm very excited. And I'll tell you, thank you for doing this regardless. Building more, offering more, also very cool. Let's give them a round of applause. And then can I get a dance move, people? Either, hit 5 or 4 or 3. There you go. One person. Thank you, Tim. You're always there for me. All right, let's head over to the gallery. It looks like it's been minted. And there it is. It's been named. Let's see what it's named. So we double click on it. We should be able to pull it right up. Bam, bam, bam. Get yourself together. The writing's on the wall, or the NFTs on the wall. Go ahead. Yes, please.
Can I do a shameless plug? Yeah. Please. So shameless plug for anyone seeing these pieces of art on the wall and you're like, man, I love this, but it's kind of hard to get in the metaverse. I just finished building both an iOS and an Android app that are going to be on the Google Play and the Apple app stores, where if you have a Tangz in your wallet, you can just put in your handle and it'll automatically put the NFTs in your wallet on your home screen. It creates kind of like a gallery viewer on your home screen. So I've been using this to see all the NFTs in my wallet, and they just kind of make me happy throughout the day if you like looking at art like that.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we have 9 people other than those that are not allowed to win in here. I'm going to randomly choose somebody from the 9 to win a gold winged warrior NFT, which may or may not have significant or slight value in the future. Here we go. So Roll the dice as soon as I get it set up. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we roll it. Number 1 wins, and number 1 is Get Broke. Get Boke. Get. Why can I never get that? Congratulations, Get 3 OK. You have won a gold.
Get Yoke, yeah.
Get Yoke. Is it Get Yoke? Like Get Yoked? Like lift some weights?
I think it's Get Yoke. Yeah, I think that's what he goes by.
I love it. I love it. I want to get yoked, but never happened. No upper body strength whatsoever. But as you can see, I am very thin and athletic, so that's good. Awesome. Get Yoke. You won. You definitely can head on in to our server and bother General CB. That's me. I am not just CB and CNFT BTC, but I am also a winged warrior. Winged fam, hashtag, good to have you in here. Now look at this shirt that Perlon, sorry, I gotta look up the name. Perion, right, has this shirt. Now this shirt I think you can get from inside. Mike, can you tell us about this shirt? Yeah, oh yeah, break it down. Get it. Mike, can you tell us a little bit about the shirt that this dude over here is wearing?
Oh yeah. So in our announcements channel, that is a limited edition. I can't see it, but I think it was a Ready Player Me collab with something else. What does it say on it?
Good question. It's a little pixelated, which I like because I love pixels.
Spatial. That's what it was. Yeah. So it was when Ready Player Me and Spatial first joined up. They made that limited edition T-shirt. And you can actually get that still. I think the code is still active, and we have it in our announcements channel if anybody wants.
Awesome.
To kind of add to your virtual wardrobe.
Bam, there it is. Chilling. All right, that's great. Cool. Well, anything else you want to share with us? Any other plans for the future? What's your vision for Cardano NFTs in our community? Or writ large, what do you want to accomplish in our space at the end of the day? Todd? Bueller?
Yep, it was on mute. It's most of the stuff we've been talking about. I mean, I view NFTs, look, I'm new to the NFT game, and I've talked before about how I didn't really see how Bitcoin would work out when I first read the paper 10 years ago. So don't ever listen to me. I'm nothing and not good at predictions. But I guess for me, where I am right now, the NFTs are a new business model. They're a new way to use art and music and all sorts of other innovations to bring new experiences to people. So our goal is just to build tools that will support people who need to get into the NFT space. Play our vision for how to push Wild Tangz forward. We love Cardano, and hopefully we're always on Cardano and doing stuff on the Cardano blockchain, but really the goal here is to support artists and creators in the NFT space.
Awesome. Well, if you ask me, it was the best place to start. I think that's going to be it for us here. We have a Twitter space coming up in just 5 minutes from now. Your amazing host, CNFT BTC CB, will be over there. We have some things to talk about for the Winged Warriors. We have some exciting things coming up this summer. And yeah, thank you so much. Thad, you are the oddest human that I know, but your NFTs are beautiful. And more importantly, what you're doing for our community is beautiful. And I'm just honored. I've seen you in a lot of different spaces. And oftentimes, people want you to come up and talk, but sometimes you're just sitting down there listening. And man, I think that's the cool thing about our community. You've been very supportive, and you're always open to new ideas. And dang it, I like you. So that being said, thank you so much for coming today. We're going to be doing a lot more of these inside of the Spatial, and eventually inside of some other places. We may have a nice, cool house one day where we can do some cool stuff. So, I can't say too much, but I will say you aren't my sunflower, but you are a power within the space. Fad, Wild, Tangz, thank you for everybody that's come today. Get Yoke, you can come into our space and yell at me for getting your name wrong, your handle wrong. Please come to our server as well as Wild Tangz. Let's be a fantastic community together. And you all, if you don't see me in the space, have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thanks for us.